Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it. When you're dealing with sickness and disease and you're overcoming it and you're conquering that thing and you're going through the processes of that walk, I have found, at least in my walk, that there is a certain level of fatigue, a certain level of physical stress, a certain level of tiredness or exhaustion that I'm constantly fighting through. Okay, so even when I'm up and when I'm strong and when I'm able to do, there is still this small amount that I'm having to push past. I'm constantly trying to push past something, and what I find is that sometimes that I can only push for so long before my body is like, I've had about enough of that. We're going into recovery, into rejuvenation mode, right? And that happens a lot, and it's kind of hard to try to figure out that balance of how when to back up and when not to back up sometimes, because life, we have a lot of things that we need to do. There are things that we need to accomplish. I still have children, I still have a family. There are things that I need to accomplish for my family. There's things that I need to accomplish for my health, for my life. There are things that I need to do. And so when I wake up some mornings, okay, and my body is like, no, you've reached that level where we're like, the body is saying, we're recuperating right now, and there's not much you're going to be able to do about that. That's a hard place for me, and it's irritating for me because when I wake up and I realize I got to get these things done, these are things that I need to do, but my body is saying, no, this is the day you're going to stay down and you're going to rest. That's frustrating for me, and I find that it's a little overwhelming for me. And usually it's not a one morning wake up thing. Usually I find myself progressively getting tired, progressively every morning feeling a little overwhelmed, looking at what I need to do, knowing that my body needs to rest, and I'm pushing past it anyway in the hopes that it's gonna kick in and help me out, or in the hopes that I'll make it to a certain time so then I can be able to rest on that day. And as that happens, I find that my patience get thinner. I'm a little more emotional. My emotions are a little bit more erratic than normal, right? And I'm not as easygoing as I normally am. I'm not as forgiving as I normally am. And I start to get a little bit angry. And I'm really angry at the fact that I'm not able to do the things that I want to do. I'm angry at the fact that my body isn't able to hang in there like I needed to hang in there because I got some things I need to accomplish. I'm angry at the fact, okay, that I have to stay in the bed and I don't want to stay in the bed. All right. Now, in general, I kind of like to lay around, right, and watch movies and snuggle in the bed and watch, like old classical movies, from the 50s and the 60s and the early 70s. I like that, and drink hot chocolate and eat popcorn. That's fun to me, okay? But to have to be in the bed because my body is hurting and I'm tired, that is not fun to me. And I've done that so much because I had to. I've been in places, you guys, for so many years where I could not do that. I don't lay in the bed if I don't have to. I want to get up. And so to know that I have things to do, to even know that maybe I don't have anything to do, but I want to get up. I don't want to be in this bed hurting like this. That irritates me and it frustrates me. And so what I find is that I start getting irritated with my children. Okay, things that normally don't bother me bother me. Things that I know is just my husband, right? And I've learned to love him and accept him totally for who he is, just like he has learned to accept me and love me for totally who I am. And so we don't put um, stipulations on each other and try to change each other. We just allow each other to be. But when I find that I am in that place and my body is tired and I'm struggling, right? I'm not accepting him for who he is. Now I'm mad about some stuff. Okay, and things are irritating me that normally doesn't irritate me, and I start fussing at my kids and start fussing at my husband, and then I start thinking, why am I trying? What am I doing all this for? Right? I start having a pity party, and then I wonder, how am I going to do all of this? I have all these things I need to do. My body, I need to do this. My health, I need to do this. I got to deal with these this crazy medical system. I got to deal with this crazy stuff over here. And now I got to deal with these people in my house. And y'all, I get to fuss and I get on my soapbox. Okay. Now, why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I'm irritated and I'm frustrated because I push my body past what I need to push to do it. And I'm hurting. And I don't like what I'm going through. And I don't like the fact that I have to stay in the bed. So why am I sharing this with you? Because that don't happen overnight where I just wake up and now I'm fussing. It's a progression. Okay. And sometimes I'm not fussing out loud, but I'm fussing on the inside. Okay. Sometimes I could be smiling, but on the inside, I'm like, oh, this is getting on my nerves. Okay. And so sometimes when you start seeing that, you're irritable. You're getting frustrated. Stuff that don't normally bother you is bothering you. Things that, are easily forgivable are not easily forgivable. Okay. Rest. For me, I found that that's the time for me. Woo! Sorry about that. That's the time for me to rest. It's the time for me to go ahead and lay down and get some rest because my body is tired. And that frustration has nothing to do with the people around me, has nothing to do with the situations around me. It means my body is going past that point, right? Now, wisdom would say never let your body go to that point, but it is a hard place to balance out when you're fighting and you're pushing for something, to know when to stop and to pull back and when not to. And me personally, I have a tendency at times to push even harder because I'm a fighter and that's what I do, and I'm an overcomer and I win. And so, but there are times when I need to listen, all right? And there's times when I do. I'm not saying I do this all the times, but I'm just letting you know who I am and being real with you in the hopes that it might help you. So you remember, in all things, do you. And if you need to rest, get some rest. Until next week, bye.